Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, Divine Psychic Medium, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in everyone. So this is going to be a timeless reading, as time is but an illusion, but I always let you know about the energies that we're connecting with. So the current energies are 7 to 9, so 11 frequency today. This is the vibration. Oh my goodness, it's leading us into Lionsgate, right? The door has already been opened, right? The Stargate. Open on 726. We're fully in this vibration. We're just getting closer and closer to this 888 frequency, right? Reaching infinity, reaching maximum. The complete transfer, the flip, right? The event, some would say. The great shift. In some biblical texts and books, the rapture. The separation. But see, it's not as everybody sees. This is an energetic frequency. It is really imperative at this time. Wow, they're pulling out imperative. I don't have to say that. This is a very imperative time, right? To keeping your vibration high, cleansing your energy, your fields, eating cleaner foods, detoxification, purification. Because you have to be at a high vibration to receive these things. So it's almost like, okay, they're showing me this dial and this crank, right? It's like they're really cranking up the darkness, okay, with what they can control, right? Through our social medias or platforms, right? The news, and the actors, all of that, just the movies, because they know that that's like the driving force, right? See, it's like they jail you like with the cell phones, right? It's just like door box. To me, the door boxes, those are people that are just completely controlled and manipulated through this 3D matrix, right? Fully being controlled by these devices, right? Not breaking away, because that was always the idea, to completely get them offline. It's like the zombie apocalypse, like look around, those are all the people that are door boxes, right? That are completely ran by electronics and devices and things like that, right? Look at this, freedom and twin flame. This is coming out very strong because, all right, so one of the post-its that I ran across today, that was the message, right, was, well, a couple of these are pulled out, right? So I'm going to read these in with the channeled messages because everything is significant, right? So, out of control and let go, chosen. Like, that is what you're being called to do at this time. Because for a lot of you, it's like you have to stop the light working to go into heal, to raise your vibration for this major shift, okay? So, and it's like, it's going to be easier for you. You're not going to miss as much. It's like either way, this frequency, it's like a lot of us are raising this frequency. They're showing me like the bee, right? How a bee, it's amazing how it flies because its wings vibrate at such a high frequency that it raises that bumblebee up, right? You know what I mean? And have total control and flight. It's like literally like this is what's happening. So collectively, just being in, you know, you're already sealed, you're already protected, chosen. We've already pierced the barrier, right? So I know for a lot of you, it's like you've known that this was your mission. It was kind of like a race against the clock. And it's like maybe that's why you are constantly transferring your energy, right? And you're staying high vibrational, feeling as though like, I don't want to miss the boat. I don't want to miss the grand event, the ascension, right? I don't want to get trapped. Because for a lot of us, like we had to go very dark and down and into the trenches, right? And they were bringing me to karmic debt numbers, right? It's very significant. Like I'm a karmic debt number 19, right? So a lot of you could be guided to me that have had some sort of debt or that number, right? To clear out 13, 14, 16, and 19. They wanted me to call out all of them. So if any of those numbers are significant to you, birthday, right, or just a reoccurring number, right? If those stand out to you very strongly, then you definitely have a karmic debt, baby. And but for a lot of us, like we were inherited it, right? Like I often tell my story, like my mother was a 16. All right, so I'm being her karmic daughter, 19. I came to clear the karma that she could not clear, right? So when we are karmic children, we do live, you know, stronger, darker paths, right? And it's just like when you have children, right? If you're in a dark, low place, and you know, they're going to be in whatever like you didn't heal, they are now going to have to heal for you, things like that. And like you're responsible, right? That's why I say even if you're here or not, then you end up in spirit, and you don't get a crossover. You don't get to do things because you have to help clear out that karmic debt, that number, whatever, especially if you're one that did so. So a lot of us are generational curse breakers, right? And a lot of us are freeing our ancestors. You hear that a lot. That's why, because it's like they've been between the realms, right? But not able to fully detach, because it's ascension, because it's about getting that light body free enough to detach, because that's how they harvest souls trapped to this planet instead of being free to ascension, right? So some other things that they wanted me to say, key codes are going to be activators. So certain words are going to come across, right? And this also helps with the algorithms, helps us link our content and linking us together collectively, right? Because for a lot of you, just different keywords, things that I say within my readings, right, can trigger things for you. Crabs in the bucket, butterfly effects. Okay, so this is really a time that you really need to hear, look, collective message, enemies exposed, justice, ancestors are taking care of it. That's why for a lot of you, like, just let it go. Okay. For a lot of you, like, your ancestors, like, they take care of things. Like, that you just give it to them and you release it and it's handled. And so you're fully being set free. Like, that is how you fully release. You let go of fear. Like, everybody else couldn't do that, right? So that's what I mean. Like, for some of you, you're like, how am I freeing my ancestors, right? Releasing them with love, forgiving, understanding the workings of it, knowing that you're here with that karmic debt. Like, I'm going to tell you what, like, a broken mother, okay? Her first enemy will be her daughter or her son, right? Because it's just it has to be healed, right? And for a lot, it's these dark entities that have been running rampant throughout these bloodlines, right? And there's been different people even before you, right? See, they're bringing me back to that, because my father was a warlock, right? Yeah. And he was into black magic. He was into voodoo, into spell work, and he was also a Mason, right? So I was born into being an Eastern Star, right? Having to break a lot of these patterns, right? So past lives, for a lot of you, you're getting things revealed to you. Some of these things could be significant. I'm getting, for some of you, like, you need to look into your birth certificates. My father's birth certificate surfaced again today, right? It was something. For some of you, you could be finding out something too about, like, your other parents. You're going to be finding out some sort of information, because very, very powerful bloodlines are coming together. Things are being passed down with this major shift, with this being an 888. You don't understand. I say that a lot. Like, when I say that, it's to, like, let you know, like, I'm about to tell you something very, very big, and I don't even know how to explain how big what I'm going to say is. Like, this is the reset, the shift, right? So those of us, right, that have been born here for this moment, holding the key. Some of you are just literally key holders. You hold the certain codes, the blueprints from the very beginning that were here for the reset. Okay, and it's like the time of creation is now, right? And stepping onto these platforms. And the ones that created it, baby, let's put it this way. The ones that were the dreamers, the planners, the ones that had all of these amazing ideas and things that they wanted in their life, well, guess what? You now get to have that. And you're going to be the one leading that. If you think about it this way, like, if you had a vision that you wanted to do, why shouldn't you be able to be living that vision? So that's what's happening, right? As this is God restoring and raising all of the chosen, all of the ones that he had strategically placed all over, right? Okay, so if you haven't figured that out by now or not, that is you, okay? That is why you were brought into this transmission, okay? You're at a vibrational match and a frequency, right? And source guided you here, right? So, this is a collaboration. Like, I am meant to, you'll hear me say a lot over here that I am the leader, okay, of the 144,000 chosen. One of the chosen leaders, right? That is something that is earned. And I've told you that 144,000 are the leaders into the new earth, okay? So, all right. You need to know the significance. And it's like, for some of you, I feel the energy right now is time is but an illusion. You're like, I'm not a leader. What is she talking about? Well, you don't understand the true leaders are the ones that are selected by the universe, by the gods, right? It's on a much higher level. The ones have been selected because there's some of you don't realize that you held within you. It's like you did this because you strictly went off by intuition. This is like someone that just always lived life by intuition and then realizing like, oh my gosh, like that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it shows you that love is stronger, right? And that this is the reset. This is everything that the Matrix has been fighting against, right? This is the resistance. This is the redevelopment. You know, it's funny how things are always put in plain sight, because when they think that it's the way to revert the karma, to not get it, in fact. You know, those hidden things like, well, if I tell you, nothing's going to come after me as long as I told you first, right? That's why the Simpsons get it right all the time, because the stuff is put there to disclose it. It is. You don't understand. See, there I go again, where I'm trying to explain to you that it has to do with the part of the spell work, and it's making it, and the manipulation and the control for it to work, right? It's like more so in their favor, tipping the scales, playing with the energies, right? Playing with spiritual law is basically what it is for. So anyways, all right, I totally got lost with where I was going. I keep shuffling these love cards, right? I'm really getting strongly like there's a strong pull for some of you, like other people have been controlling you or blocking you out. See, and that's what this Matrix does, gets you to block things out so you don't see your potential, you don't see, you know, getting us detached from our emotions and feelings and spirit, and not being able to, you know what I mean, to connect. Because all these electronics, that's why lately I've been going for walks, right? And getting tree therapy and being out with nature and getting the messages and the signs and fully getting back online, because having to get away from all of the high-tech electronics and things like that that are blocking you, that has been messing with my downloads and all of that, right? This is a very, very powerful time for all of us, like the most powerful, because I say this every year, this is the Lionsgate energy, right? This is where our star system Sirius comes out, right? It's rising in alignment with the sun. So, you know, it's putting all that attention on you, right? And the energy that gets pulled through the pyramids, it gets distributed all over, like, that's what I mean. Like, this is such a powerful time. So you need to be thinking about new ideas, new things, right? Only obstacle, divine union, eminent union, new contracts for you to choose. So you better believe that the Matrix is going to be like okay. When I say the Matrix, I talk about this 3D Matrix, right? That's stopping 5D, right? Ascension, right? Is, you know, all of these problems, all this chaos, all of these little things that are keeping you busy and preoccupied, instead of just seeing, like, being grateful, like being in the present moment, knowing the powerful having that I am presence energy, you know, fully taking over control and not giving it away anymore. Right, so you really need to be open to things, and the strongest thing that's coming out is just holding your frequency and your vibration high. Okay, all right, I want to get into more cards now. So I get really all over the place and stuff like this, especially with the energies. Like, if y'all knew everything that, like, I was going through constantly, like the spiritual, psychological warfare and the attack that is done, just all that, like MK Ultra at its finest, right? Like, just really, you don't think that these agencies, I mean, people are starting to reveal that, like, they very much know who the chosen are. They know who the 144 are at this time that are rising into the power. And there's many more after that. It was just, you know, they've been watching us. I told you, it's like we stand out because it's all energy, right? It's like, you don't understand. They can fly these drones around and everything else and see who's lighting up. Whose little pineal gland is lit the fuck up, right? And getting and pulling the energy. It's like we're piercing through, right? Like pulling the light through, right? That's why it's the darkness. So many people are drawn at you. You the divergent, baby. You the one that broke out of the matrix. So yeah, they can see. They can very much see. +2, it's written in your astrological chart, your birth. You know, when you were born, the alignments. Like, they knew when the flows were coming, right? The star seeds, right? They know so much with all of the testings that they do, and getting scanned, see how many strands of your DNA are activated. See, the ones from the beginning are here in the end. I always said that. And you don't okay, here's another one. You don't understand. In the very beginning, Lemuria, Atlantis. 12-strand DNA activation. We were very advanced. We were a very advanced civilization. But then the fighting all over and the control that broke out, right? The fall led to the fall. And still the control and everything that they've done, right? We're running off of 1-strand DNA activation. A lot of the world. And still, and they tricked you into believing that, oh, this new age stuff that comes up, right? That it's corruption, all of that. No. Isn't that you always find the truth out, right? Or how things really work, the more research and the more study that you do with it. See, that's why I say the indigo is the first flow. The rebels coming down here. Destroying this matrix, right? And then what they've even done to the world. Like, there's just so much that I could go into. Just like with the chem kids. Most of the kids from the 90s and on have been chemical kids. Have been, poisoned by the government. Okay, I gotta be careful. Or this one's not gonna upload. Okay, that's just my theory, right? They've altered the DNA by these shots and everything else, right? That messes with the body. Okay, so and the programming, just the radiation. Think about all of that stuff to the phones and the devices, right? That, what it does to the brain, what it does to control, right? And especially when they tune up that frequency. When they tune up the frequency on the video games, on the TVs, on the shows, how it grabs you, how it pulls you, how it's hypnotic, how, to all the drugs and things like that are drugging everybody out and disconnecting them, not even to the pharmaceutical and all of that stuff. Like, right? So if you're into any of that stuff, you need to be careful. Get away from all of that stuff. Go down to nature. Go out into nature. Cleanse your body. Be careful of the food. Like, they're putting chemicals everywhere, right? In the skies and the food. That's why so much stuff like the food's coming out looking things. See, but then they're making fun of it on the TikToks. What they're really showing you, like, look, the food's going to start to look funny because they're cranking up the energy, right? On the sun simulator. I seen some, oh my gosh, like, I could go so. That's why it's like glitches and anomalies and all sorts of things are starting to happen all over. They were showing me, like, tell them about the there's a whole bunch of footage out there in one city where it was like in the middle of the night and all of a sudden it gets bright like the sun is up, right? And it was messed up and then it went dark really, really fast, like a flaw, a glitch, right? This energy that we're piercing through, like, it's causing malfunctions and things like that. But they're doing so much stuff to mess with you, even with the projections. Like, they are projecting a lot of things to try to get people scared because they can put those projectors up in the sky. Like, people don't realize that. Let go of the frequency of fear. Be in the frequency of love. All right, I'm going to end this transmission, right? Because it's going very, very, like, I'm not even going to pull cards in this one. But this is part of the energy that's coming through the veil, right? So this one's definitely going to be labeled Starseed Transmission. I'll label my card readings that I'm doing later just by how they are. Love and light to all of you. Bye.